It's October 2013 and I was exploring Western Queensland while slowly heading back towards Perth after our Savannah Way filming project. I had just had a look at the Combo waterhole where the swagman is reported to have met his demise in Banjo Patterson's Waltzing Matilda and was now moving towards Winton. I'd been there in 2010, but that had been much earlier in the year. It was now out of tourist season and it was hot. The temperature was ranging around the mid-30s, or maybe high 30s, but my bank balance was also taking a beating, and so I figured that I would spend a couple of days camped out at a long waterhole, just a few k's out of town. Let's take a look. 7th of October 2013. I woke up at my overnight stop, which for some reason or other I failed to film, and had to wait for the NASCAR race I was recording to end, so that I could pack up the dish and get moving. We've been on fairly flat plain for a while now. Let's come over a rise and there's a range of hills, or a jump up as they call them over here, stretched across the front of us. These are in fact the Ayrshire Hills. According to the map that's in front of me. It doesn't always tell me what I want to know, but that's what it tells me it is this morning. I have to say I'm amazed at the amount of roadkill out through here. Probably some kangaroos looking for water, I'd suggest. It's picking the wrong time to cross the road. An interesting little range of hills through here. This was all the bottom of the sea at one point in time. And all of a sudden I've got signal as we approach a truck stop here. Done 30 kilometres. This is the Ayrshire Hills. Been travelling alongside of them now for the last 5 minutes or so. There's plenty of room to park in and around behind those hills. Entrance around the back, there's a bit of a track on the ground there. A couple of sheep on the road. Seen sheep for a long time. This roadwork's happening here. It's like they're putting a new culvert in or building a new bridge. We've just come off the Landsborough Highway. The road to Boulia just took off to the right. I pushed the button, but it didn't record it. So, but that was where we went last time, was out to Boulia. And the road we've just come off is crossing off another one of the roads that I hadn't been on before. We're approaching Winton. One of the few places in Queensland where they reverse park. Much better idea. Matilda Centre on the right. I pulled into Winton determined to spend a few days just sitting, waiting for the bank balance to catch up, if you get what I mean.
Take the next right onto Winton Junta Road. Prepare to be left in 2 kilometers.
Now there is a free camp area just out of town called the Long Waterhole, and anyone who has been there will be familiar with it. Except that at this time of year there is not much water. Now that is not a problem, but where I am camped, which is close to trees but really not very shady, is in the middle of what would be a river if it flooded, and bloody boggy if it got wet. So the Winton Shire Council accepts no responsibility or liability or any loss, damage or personal injury arising from the use of the long water hole, whether as a result of its negligence or otherwise. So you camp out here at your own risk, basically, is what they're saying. Oh, we got ourselves an emu just wandering through there. That emu is not particularly fussed about me coming through here either. He's not worried too much at all. Got a mate over the other side. Normally in season this is chock-a-block full of caravans. Another fella over there. Geez, there's emus everywhere. We're right in the middle of the river. It's Wednesday the 9th of October and I woke up this morning and I figured, well, I'm sitting around not doing an awful lot. I've got all the information I need. I can hit the road and maybe do some work on the edge of the road at night time. And so I went fueled up and there's a blazing headwind. So I'm thinking, well, why or won't I? Anyway, I've been out and had a quick look at the Transport Museum, the Truck Museum again. And then I decided, when I was here last time, we went to Bladensburg National Park, and we didn't actually go to Bladensburg itself, into the house, the Homestead. So I'm just going to duck out and have a bo peep at that and see what that's all about. Right into the park. Well, that was something I certainly wasn't looking for this morning. It's now 10 to 10, but about 20 minutes ago, something went bang onto the car. Thought it hit a rock or something or other. Next thing, the tyre pressure monitoring system started beeping at me, and yep, back tyre went down like a stone. A hole in it. Whether it's punctured or whether it's that previous slow leak is popping up from the other side, I don't know, but whatever. It's dead. So the tyre pressure monitoring system job again. And this is the turn off here. Didn't come this way last time. We didn't go in last time. It was late in the afternoon. So what does it tell us? Bladensburg, Homestead. Alright, let's go and have a look. Okay, so this is Mistake Creek, Shorty's Crossing. And look what we got right in front of us. There's a good fella. The homestead's on the other side here. I guess when it rains, they're hemmed in. And another little fella here as well. A couple of them. 3 of them. 4. 5. Heaps of them. And there's one sitting in the garden there as well. There's a few of these fellas hopping around the place. The place is pretty much inundated with them. Inside the house is an interpretive display of the area. And the meat hanging room. And I'm being kept watch on. And there's the road back to the river. This is Mistake Creek. That's the sort of stuff that the water is flowing over. And the other way. 1.4 kilometres along the river here. It's the woolshed. Meanwhile, Skippy's decided to try and get away from us. And he'll run straight across the road in front of us. Well, there's some stumps and things there. There's been buildings around here which are all gone. Yards and all that sort of thing. I must say I'm sort of surprised about the woolshed idea. We've got a whole heap of kangaroos resting under here. And they're scattered in all directions, except for the manager who's leaving last. Yeah, I would have thought this was mainly cattle country out here. It's a pretty standard shearing shed, wool press in the middle. Holding pens. Will be warm working in here. And the chute straight down into the yards outside. They're everywhere. And dipping yards, I guess. And I have to say, these floorboards are an amazing nick. The shearing shed was used right up until the 90s, and then when it stopped being used, and the shearers and the cooks and all the people associated stopped coming out here, the buildings stopped being used and became eaten by termites. They got to a point of being dangerous to enter, so they got knocked down. But that's what these stumps and everything here on the ground on the side of the road here are. They're the old buildings, or the remains of the old buildings. Remains after they've been demolished because of the damage that was done to them. Well, we've completely upset the day for the kangaroos out here this morning, the wallabies. Yeah, well, I've decided that I'm going to hook up now off. It's 12:30. We've had something I wasn't expecting, which is a dead dyer. It's all been sorted. So, there's a couple of emu fellas here going for a run. Hey fellas, off you go. These emus and kangaroos. An interesting morning. There's another one here. Something like that. We've had one of those things run into the car before and do a lot of damage. Righto, we're out of here. Oh boy. It's not the smoothest track in the world, especially when you get the van on the back. So all the emirs are gone. Don't blame them much. Coming up to a turn off on the right hand side, which goes to the Australian Age of Dinosaurs, which is where they do the processing of dinosaur fossil bits that they find in this area. Went down a road back that last time we were here. Apparently they have built a new processing shed since we were here last time. This is the Crawford Creek rest area and it's set up quite nicely. Set up for trucks, but it's also got a couple of areas where you're pulling off that sets your vans up as well. And they were doing this up when we came through in 2010. It really is quite nice. Wrong time of the day though, it's 2:25. So I'll keep going to the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, there are over 400 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you like this video, hit the like button and maybe even leave a comment. If you weren't too impressed, then the dislike button tells us absolutely nothing. So tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.